Hey, good morning, everyone. It's Glenn Kellaway coming to you from the basement. How's everybody today? It is a Tuesday morning in Trenton, Ontario. It's nice and warm here, so I'm not missing Florida too much. Um, I want to talk about country rock. I was a big fan of the genre back in the day, and I decided I would take what I consider the top 10 country rock albums and rank them. So country rock kind of started, I'm going to say 66 to 67. Um, I'm telling you, I think you could make a pretty good argument that Michael Nesmith might have been the father of country rock, or maybe, he definitely had a hand. You think about Papa John's Blues off the first Monkees album that would have come out in 1966. Songs like that. Of course, the Byrds. Uh, there's all kinds of them. Let's get started. So my number 10, I'm going to go with the Nitty Gritty Dirt Band, Uncle Charlie and his dog Teddy. Now, they had a big hit with Mr. Bojangles off of this album, which was definitely on the charts. Um, this is a pretty good record. They also have do some other great songs on here. They do a great version of some of Shelley's Blues, which is another Nesmith song. Um, there's the inside jacket. I picked up this album used. It's very good. I'm trying to look at the year that it was released. It doesn't say, and I apologize for not looking it up. But um, Nitty Gritty Dirt Band, they were really influential in the country rock field, and of course did the epic album "Will the Circle Be Unbroken," where they kind of introduced all the Nashville stars and bluegrass stars to a rock audience. Definitely worth checking out. There is the album on the Liberty label. So number 10, the Nitty Gritty Dirt Band. Number 9 on my list, a band that I was fortunate enough to see, one of my musical heroes, the Earl Scruggs Review. Now, of course, Earl Scruggs, Lester Flatt and Scruggs and the Foggy Mountain Boys, legendary bluegrass band. But Earl started to get interested in modern music. Lester did not like modern music, and they went their separate ways. Earl started a band with his young sons, who were totally into pop music, and they formed this country rock band, the Earl Scruggs Review, and they were incredible. Gary and Randy Scruggs. Randy, great guitar player. Gary Scruggs, great singer. He had kind of I'm going to say almost like a Roger McGuinn type voice. So I picked this album, the Earl Scruggs Review Anniversary Special. This one has a lot of guest artists on here. Let me do the list of people who are playing on this album. Joan Baez, Bonnie Bramlett from Delaney and Bonnie. Johnny Cash is on here. Leonard Cohen's on here. Charlie Daniels is on here. Ramblin' Jack Elliott. Dan Fogelberg is on here. Billy Joel plays on this album. Jim Keltner, Doug Kershaw, Alvin Lee, Roger McGuinn, Jim Messina. I mean, just Michael Murphy, Tracy Nelson, who was famous for New Riders of the Purple Sage, another great country rock band. The Pointer Sisters, Buffy St. Marie, Loudon Wainwright III, Reggie Young, Rusty Young. So great. They do a killer version on here of Third Rate Romance. That was a great hit record. I think a one-hit wonder. Was it Dexy's Midnight Rounders or something? They also do a version of Song to Woody on here, the song off of Dylan's first album. Great record. You can find these Earl Scruggs review albums used pretty regularly for good prices, and they're pretty good records. So check them out. Number 8 on my list, which I think a lot of people would put way higher than I do, it's the Byrds' Sweetheart of the Rodeo. Now, a lot of people, I think, consider this kind of the defining album of country rock. It is a great record. It's if I have a complaint, it's almost too country for me. I would have liked them to rock it up a bit more, but it does have their cover of "You Ain't Going Nowhere" on here, which is the best song on the album as far as I'm concerned. "I Am a Pilgrim," which is a great song. "Pretty Boy Floyd," "Hickory Wind." Yeah, just a pretty good record. This is when Graham Parsons joined the band. Chris Hillman, who is still, I think, pumping out kind of country rockish albums. Yeah, it's kind of a historic album, I guess. Groundbreaking, I'm going to say. So, "Sweetheart of the Rodeo," the Byrds. Next, these guys are awesome. The Flying Burrito Brothers. What can you say about these guys? Definitely Graham Parsons, Bernie Leadon. I saw these guys at Festival Express in Toronto. So the Gilded Palace of Sin is an incredible record. It has Sin City on it, "Do Right Woman," "Dark End of the Street," "My Uncle," "Wheels," "Juanita," "Hot Burrito number 1," "Hot Burrito number 2." I mean, just it's a classic record. Yeah, just a great band. Again, I'm trying to look up the lineup here. My apologies. I think Chris Hillman was in here too. Chris Hillman, Sneaky Pete Kleino, I think. Bernie Leadon, Graham Parsons. Great record. Flying Burrito Brothers. They are legendary in the country rock field. That's my number 7. Number 6, the amazing Linda Ronstadt. Definitely put country rock music on the map, especially with this album, I think. "Don't Cry Now." This is my Mo-Fi original master recording album. This has some great tracks on it too. "Silver Threads and Golden Needles," which was a big country hit, and she rocked it up really well. She does a great version of "Desperado." "Sail Away," the great Randy Newman song. "Colorado," "I Believe in You." Just a fantastic record. I mean, Linda Ronstadt, one of the great female vocalists of all time. And this was an epic country rock album. Next, Bob Dylan. Now, this is a country album, pretty much, but Bob being more associated with the rock side of things before this album came out, you know, the folk and the rock side. He put this album out. It was pretty mind-blowing at the time, especially with the changes in his vocal performance. He had that deep crooner voice going, and did the duet with Johnny Cash, "Girl from the North Country." It's a great album. It's very short. It's like 32 minutes or something, but man, it's a great record, and really turned people onto country music. I mean, it had a big impact. Okay, next. Again, like I said, the man who arguably might have started the genre, Mike Nesmith. He was a pioneer, man. The guy started MTV, virtual reality, country rock. What else, man? He was quite a man. Michael Nesmith's first album with the First National Band, Magnetic South. What a great record this is. On the RCA label. Red Rhodes plays with him on here. Michael Nesmith guitar and vocals. Calico Girlfriend's on here. to start the record, which Joanne's on here, which he had a hit with. Terrific, terrific record. You can find this one in the wilds too. Well worth checking out. Okay, we're down to our top 3. I just love all these albums. They're tied for number 1 as far as I'm concerned. Poco, underrated country rock band. The first 2 Poco albums are incredible. This one is the second one, self-titled. The best one for sure. One of the great albums of all time, in my opinion. I love this record. So this is, we've got ourselves Jim Messina, Timothy B. Schmidt, who is later with the Eagles, Richie Furay, and Grantham, George Grantham, and Rusty Young. Sorry, 5 of them. This album actually has a lot of country songs on it, a lot of kind of rock songs on it, a lot of mixture of country and rock. The second side has a long song on here that I absolutely love. I can never get enough of it. It just rocks out. It's called El Tonto de Nadie Regresa. Don't ask me, but it's about 10, 11 minutes long, 12 minutes long, and it just rocks. It's great. If you've never heard it, check it out. Not what you think. Okay, number 2. I had a hard time saying what was number 2 and what was number 1. So number 2 for me, and arguably one of my favorite albums of all time. I got turned on to this album a couple of years ago, and man, it very rarely leaves my heavy rotation pile. Gene Clark's No Other. If you haven't heard this album, grab it. I don't care if you like country music or don't like country music. What a great singer-songwriter album. Gene Clark, of course, came out of the Byrds. This album is a masterpiece as far as I'm concerned. It's country, it's got some rock, it's got great guitar playing, great lyrics, great vocals, great arrangements, well recorded. You can't say enough good things about this album. No other Gene Clark, the second best country rock album of all time. My number 1, the Eagles. Probably the most popular country rock band who eventually became more just a mainstream rock band. But earlier in their career, Desperado is my favorite Eagles album. One of the most influential albums for me in my musical growth. And it really helped turn me on to bluegrass music. Bernie Leadon is the star of this album as far as I'm concerned. His great banjo playing and guitar playing. This album is like a concept album about outlaws, and just flows together so nicely with so many great songs. Eagles, Desperado, my number 1 country rock album, and one of, be my top 20 albums of all time. So there we go, country rock. Let me know what your favorites are. I'd appreciate it. I would also appreciate if you guys would push the like button. I know there's, like couple hundred people watch these videos, and like 20 of you push the like button. If only 20 of you like the video, that's fine. But if more of you like it and you just don't push the button, please do it. I think it helps my algorithms. Somebody tried to tell me what an algorithm was. I don't know. But my algorithms could use some help. So do it for me, please. Love you all. Peace out. We'll be back soon.